This is my brassica tunnel. Often you'll hear me refer to it as the polytunnel. It's not actually a polytunnel. Well, it is. It's a polytunnel frame, but the covering is actually a butterfly mesh. So the idea being I can grow my brassicas in here without damage from butterflies. In practice, I don't think it's going to be perfect because there are a few holes, because this is old mesh, so I will sort of patch up the odd hole, but hopefully it'll be less caterpillar damage than out in the main bit of the garden, but also it's just another space I can use. So I need to get this planted up. What I did this year, there is just soil under this. There were weeds, so I put a double layer of cardboard down, and then I mulched it with old hay and grass clippings and some muck from the sheep shed. So the top surface is mainly loose mulch, so as I plant I will be putting some compost. Sorry if you can hear that, that's just the dogs playing in the background. Yes, I'll be putting some compost down as I plant, and you'll see also I'll be pulling out weeds as I go, because I've got the odd thistle, bindweed and kutch grass all coming through the mulch. So I'll get going with that. So that's all the planting out I've got planned for this evening. I planted 18 romanesco cauliflowers, 18 golden acre cabbages, 6 purple kale and 9 green sprouting. I've probably got about half again left to plant, but I do have some Brussels sprouts that will fill the bench space that these guys have freed up. So I now need to go and pot on the Brussels sprouts into some more sensible sized pots so they can grow on a bit more before I pop them in the ground in here as well. I do have, I think, about 8 romanesco left over, and probably about 24 cabbages, and I've got about 12 more green sprouting. But what I'll do with those is I'll just plug gaps in the garden outside, and what the butterflies lay eggs on, the caterpillars eat, and what survives will give me food over winter. I present you the aforementioned Brussels sprouts. You can see they're quite well grown, but they obviously need potting on, but they're not big enough for me to be happy potting them out in the polytunnel just yet, because they might get munched on by slugs. So I shall pop them into some of the trays that I have just emptied, and then they will fill the spots on my bench that the brassicas I've just planted out are now in. Right, now because it's a never-ending cycle of freeing up trays and pots and filling them again, now I've got these trays empty. I've got the last of the leeks that I grew in this tray, which I shall pot on into this tray. I'm not sure how many I've got in there, whether I'm going to have enough to fill both trays, but we'll see how I go. That's me done for the night. It's now about 8 o'clock. I have planted out my brassicas, potted up my sprouts, and then because I made some space, I have pricked out some more leeks. I'm tired and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go in the house, chill out with the dogs and have some dinner.